right, Pick-3 Glands family, OPPB. See what we got here. All right, I'm getting organized a little bit. Just starting this live. Haven't been live in a little while. Running, getting things done. Tornado hit the house, so one of them things in life. Some things you don't expect to have to deal with when you're older, but you got to be prepared for everything. Everything. I mean everything. All right. Okay. All right. Welcome to Pick-3 Glands, home of no grids, no root sums, no tic-tac-toes, no date sums, no multiple different rundowns and workouts, and a whole lot of different strategies that you have to learn to win big. Anyone can do it. I can teach anyone in an hour or less to use the Pick-3 Glands strategy, because after 30 years, I came up with my own system to winning. After almost losing my job, losing my home and my car, and almost losing my job and my wife, but I had to do a restart and go back, and I read every book that I could read. I did every tic-tac-toe that I could do and everything else, and it just wasn't working. So I put this strategy together myself, and it's been good to me, so I'm sharing it on YouTube. Because it's a simple but powerful strategy, and anybody can use it. Basically, what I have set up, where I have it where you can track your own numbers for your own state. I have it where you can track the front pair, back pair, single pair, and single digits. Everything you need to know about any number that you plan to play. If you don't know why you're playing the number, don't play it. That's what I have. It's simple but powerful, and anybody can do it using my Pick-3 Glands strategy. Okay, let's see here. One thing, let me try to see here. Let me see what we got here. Okay. What happened here? Okay, I'm back off here. Hold on 1 minute here. Give me a minute. I'm 743. 743 came in Illinois evening draw. If you've been following me, you know that I'm state specific for Illinois evening draw. The reason why I do this, you all, is because I win in Illinois. And I have proof of winning and using my strategy. So if I was trying to show numbers for all the different states and all that, and then when the numbers come in, say I had something to do with that, I wouldn't be truthful in my eyesight, because the numbers are random. There's no idea. You have no idea what numbers are coming in any of these states. And the work that it would take for me to say what numbers are coming in all the states, you wouldn't be able to pay me. You wouldn't be able to pay me, because it's a mountain of work. It's a hill of work. And anybody that's saying they can do it with just the tic-tac-toe, the date sums, the grids, or whatever method they have, if they're not tracking the actual 1,000 numbers, they're playing a loser's game. You have to track your own numbers for your own state to be a bigger and better winner if you're going to be a heavy hitter. And I consider myself a heavy hitter because I know what it takes to win by tracking my own numbers for my own state. And that way I use Illinois and was Missouri as a template. And I won in Missouri. The numbers I called came in. I wasn't guessing why I was playing those numbers. I knew why I was playing those numbers. And that's the difference when you're using the grids, the root sums, the tic-tac-toes, the date sums, the multiple different workouts. I don't care what you say or how you make it. These are made up numbers off of these methods. Just made up numbers. If you do a root sum, date sum, if you look for whatever pattern you look for, there's going to be some made up patterns. You have to know what's going on with the actual 1,000 numbers in your state. All the state numbers are going to run different. Midday going to run different from evening. Evening going to run different from midday numbers. Midday numbers don't bring evening numbers. Evening numbers don't bring midday numbers. And the one sign that I know, if somebody's telling you have to play midday and evening for the numbers they're giving you, their guess is as good as yours. When I say play numbers midday, they come midday. If I say play numbers evening, they'll come evening. But I only specialize on evenings. But you can use it for midday or evening, depending on your ability and how you develop your skill set. I can play midday and win midday also. But I can focus more on evening because I'm an evening person. But most of my winnings are on evenings. And I do win middays. But most of my winnings are on evenings. You need, when you start, if you're using the PICK-3 as plan strategy, find one draw that you can track. One draw that you can track. And study that draw. And track it and learn what the numbers are actually doing, not guessing what the numbers are doing off of made up numbers. Off of all this. Because this is made up numbers. I don't care how you look at it. And the only thing you're going to know what's going on with the real numbers is tracking the actual real numbers in your state and know what's going on with them. That's how we do it. So to me, this is working backwards because we're trying to find the numbers after a number that came in. My strategy is based off of finding the numbers before they come in. You don't want to wait for the numbers to come in and then try to figure out how to hit them. You want to figure out how the numbers coming in to hit them when they're coming. That's what I do. That's what I had to start doing to become a bigger and better winner. I can't say I ain't knocking all this stuff here. This sells a lot of books and a lot of everything, It really does. But if you're not tracking the actual 1,000 numbers, I don't care what you do here, you can't understand what's going on. If you don't know what's going on with the actual 1,000 numbers in your state to win, how can you win? How can we win? And that's what I'm here to do, get everybody that follows me in the winner circle on one page, one accord, where we can all speak the same language. When you ask me a question, I can answer it, and you 9 out of 10 will understand it. So in Illinois' evening draw, we had the 7-4-3 to come in last night. Now, again, Eddie Tipton. Can they rig the lottery where it's even more complicated for you to win and put the odds more in their favor? Yes, because Eddie Tipton worked for the Iowa State Lottery. And he was over 5 states, and he rigged all of them. He was the security of the programming for the lottery. In 2000, he rigged all the lottery, and for almost 5-10 years, he won until he made one mistake and they caught him. Go to the Eddie Tipton. Look up Eddie Tipton, the Iowa Lottery, so you can learn what he did. After I started studying him, I realized what he did, so I implemented some of what he did into my strategy. And what he did, he was programming the actual 1,000 numbers to hit at certain times to know when they were coming. Pretty much working with the law of average. He narrowed the numbers down to almost only 200 numbers that he had to play with, around with, to know that they were coming to win. So if you go to the Eddie Tipton story, and they don't put a lot of this on YouTube and stuff. I guess they don't want you to know about it. But he rigged the lottery. He got 5 years in prison for stealing millions and millions of dollars. He had a syndicate of people that he was giving numbers and had them playing tickets to win. His brother, for one, a good friend, there was of his. It was three of them, and then they built a syndicate. His girlfriend, I think, and they was gonna give him 10 years, but he told the lottery how he rigged it, so they cut it down to 5 years. So if you're playing this game, you got to play it seriously. And play it for fun. I play this for fun. I enjoy it. The reason I enjoy it, I'm tracking the actual 1,000 numbers and seeing what they're actually doing. I'm not guessing what the numbers are doing. That's why I enjoy it. So when a number come in, I'm not surprised by the number at all, because I know what that number is doing and why, if it was due, maybe why it was due. I know everything about every number that comes in and every number I miss and every number I play. And it don't take but a glance. I'm gonna show you what I got, what I work with here. This system I put together. I created this system. I created this. You never see anything like it on YouTube or anywhere else before, probably if this is your first time today. No brag, just fact. I mean, I hated math in school, so how I came up with it, I'm just a person that only don't just follow a crowd, and then if I keep doing something and I'm losing and it ain't working, I scrap everything and do something on my own for it to work. That's what I do. Now, I don't know about everybody else, but I ain't gonna keep following everybody off a cliff. You know, I just ain't that type of person, y'all. I'm sorry, but I ain't. Here, when I created this, if you know anything about rundowns, okay? And I got hundreds of books I studied and everything trying to win, trying to hit big and trying to do all that stuff. I'm gonna tell you now, if you can't play for fun, don't play. Don't play out of need or greed. You get upset, you burn up more money than you need to, you make mistakes, you won't see stuff you need to see. Take your time. The numbers are not going anywhere to learn this system. And then if you need to ask me questions, come and ask, because I can answer you anything on this. And I can explain this to a fifth grader. And if you can't explain, and if you don't understand it when I get to explain it to you, don't feel bad. I've been in management for 30 years. I started managing people at 19 years old. My first job was a manager. So I work with people until they get what I need them to know. And this here is fairly simple. We all ain't gonna know everything, and some of us take a little time to learn. But if you ask me, I won't embarrass you, believe me. I'll tell you exactly what I know and the best way to try to explain it to you so you'll know on this channel. Okay, that's what I'm about. I want to get everybody in the winner circle and get everybody off the tic-tac-toe, they song, grid flips, and all that stuff. If they're working for you, they're working for you. That's all I can say. If you can explain it to me how you making it work, and the work, and the proof is in the pudding. If you're winning, I want to see if you're winning. That's all I want to see. If you're winning, then I know you can talk. You know, so here's these numbers. Any number that comes in on the lottery, you can do a rundown on it and get you a column. So what I did, I found on the singles, I found 12 numbers I can do the 111 rundown on. These 12 numbers, I call them base numbers up here, that I can do the 111 rundown on. And I'd have all 720 of the 1,000 numbers and their possible combinations on the singles. So at a glance, anytime a number come in, I can mark it on this sheet and know what's going on with it. This sheet here comprises of from January to present, okay, to July 14 today, okay? Now, that being, any number that come in, I can mark it off the columns. I ain't guessing what the numbers are doing. I know what it's doing. And I'm going to show you here in a minute how that works. See all these numbers are circled here for Illinois? All these numbers right here is for the Illinois lottery that I've marked off from January to present. And that's what you're going to have to do for your state. You're going to have to make this sheet, draw it down, or you can email me and I'll send you the PDFs and you can print them out just like they are here. You're going to have to do just like I did, catch up with me. Go through and I'm going to show you how to do that. And once anything you don't mark off the columns, you'll know what numbers are due for the rest of the year in your state at a glance. Those are the numbers working law average. You're looking at wanting to play to win. That's what I mean about building a bucket list of numbers. See, let me show you something here. For Illinois, this sheet. And I got a sheet that wants to keep hiding from me for some reason. You know, when you try to do something, I just had the sheet. I just looked at it. I know where it's at the very back, and I can't find it back there. Yes, I know why I can't find it, because I see what's going on here. Okay, what I just showed you, of all the singles, these are the single numbers and their opposites. And I know from tracking that most of the numbers and their opposite that hasn't played halfway through the year are the ones that will show up. They're the opposite of each other. This is just a glance. These are the singles and the doubles. These are Illinois' evening draw now. Hey, Pig, how you doing? Hey, everybody. This is Illinois' evening draw. These are the doubles. These are the singles. See, it's not that many left. Every year is going to be different. Every day numbers are going to be different. So you can't just go 1 year and use the same system and the strategy if you don't know what's going on with those numbers. Here you go, right here. Let me show you. All right. Again, this is the rundown. These are the numbers. The base numbers on top here I came up with. You can do this, just do this here if you want to do this and write it down to get started. 012, 013, 014, 015, 016, 017, 018, 024, 025, 026, 027, 037. Now, if I'm going a little fast, I got 2,000 videos with all this information. So I'm going to be moving a little long fast, but you can go and view at your own time the numbers up here that I'm calling. I got on video, I got a big old chart with all this information that you can see the numbers clearly, if you can't see them clearly right now. Okay. I did the 111 rundown to create all these columns. Now, with all these columns, I have all 720 of the 1,000 numbers and their possible combinations, because each one of these numbers can come 6 different ways. So each one of these numbers, each one of these columns represents 60 numbers on a column. So at a glance, anything going on with these columns, you're not just looking at the column, you're looking at 60 numbers knowing what's going on with them. Okay, well, like I say, pick and play. As long as we're in this game, you're going to win some and you lose some, you know. That's all I say. As long as you're in this game, you're going to lose. But it ain't how you lose, how you play the game to win, okay? That happens. I've been in this game a long time. I lost, but I've come out better than most in winning. So, yeah, that's how they go. I don't worry about losing. I know that's part of the game. Now, I worry about losing too much. That's what I worry about. Okay. Now, each one of these is a 60 to a column here, okay? So you got 12 times 60, 720, that you looking at it. You ain't guessing none of this. You know what's going on. Same on the doubles. I will get to the doubles, but 743 is the number that came in, okay? So let me go here. We're going to do the 1-1 rundown on the 743 that came in Illinois evening draw. Oh, let me find a bigger pencil marker. One is the rundown. 743. See, this is the only rundown you ever have to worry about using. They have multiple rundowns out there to try to figure out what numbers are coming in. They got the popular ones 1, 2, 3, 317, 999. You can make a rundown out of any of the 1,000 numbers. But what are they telling you when you do that? Where do you go after the number that came in? Because they flip and mirror all the numbers, but when you get through, there's still a bunch of numbers that are made up. That's all I can tell you. You might as well write down 10 numbers, save yourself a headache, write down 10 numbers and go play them. If you don't know why you're playing them. I mean, makes sense to me. Thank you, Pete. Okay, here. At 1 to 8, I mean, at 7, you get 8. 1 to 8, you get 9. 1 to 9, you get 10, but you're just going to use the 0. At 1 to 0, you get 1. 1 to 1, you get 2. 1 to 2, you get 3. 1 to 3, you get 4. 1 to 4, you get 5. 1 to 5, you get 6. And 1 to 6, you get 7. I hope y'all can see that. I don't. 7, I move up a little bit. 7, 7, 7. Now, same here. 1 to 4, you get 5. You count down. And you're just going to count straight down. 6, 6, 7, 8, 9. When you get to the 9, you know it's going to be 10, but you don't use the 1. You just use the 0 on the right-hand side in lottery math, and you go 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Same number at the top, same number at the bottom. You had it correctly. I used the 1-1-1 rundown because if you make an error adding, it's easy to catch it. But if you're using the 999 or the 927 or the 684 and the 551 to do a rundown, you can't catch those numbers if you make an error. That's why I say it's just like making 10 numbers and go play them. You can't catch it with all that adding when it's not necessary. In my book, okay, you had 3, you're gonna get 4, you're gonna get 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, 1, 2, and 3. So here, like I was saying here, when you do this 1-1 rundown on the winning number that comes in, this is the winning number that came in for Illinois evening draw. One of these base numbers up here will always be in that rundown. One of these base numbers, whatever winning number come in, will always be in the rundown. Unless it's the base number itself. If it's the base number itself, you just mark off the base number that it came in already. See? So I'm looking for the base number. All the base numbers have a 0 in them. Like the 012, 013, 014, 015, 016, 017, 018, 024, 025, 026, 027, 037. See that? So all you really have to look for is the numbers with the zeros to see which one is the base number. So I know you, and you'll know also once you start doing this and catch up, that the 014 is the base number. And this 743 will be under the 014 column. So you go here and you go to the 014 column, and there it is right there. Now see that 347? I know that that's the first time this number hit for the whole year. I ain't guessing that. Because if they ain't got a circle around it already, I know that it hasn't hit. For the year. I ain't guessing it. For the whole year, that's the first time that number came in out of the 720 different ways that all these numbers can come. So I don't have to do a lot of different work. I know what's going on with the numbers. Okay? Again, whatever the, and if you do a rundown and one of those base numbers not in there, that means you didn't add correctly. But the base number will always be in the rundown. I knew it wasn't the 076. I knew it wasn't the 309, but I did know it's the 410. Just one of the ways that this number can come. Because all these numbers can come 6 different ways. Like the winning number that came in, it can come as 743. It can come in as 734. It can come in as 347. It can come in as 374. It can come in as 437, and then come in as 473 out of the 1,000 numbers. See that? So any singles are numbers that's got 3 different numbers, like 1, 2, 3. These are what you call the singles. Working with the law of average, that's why all the numbers change places throughout the draws. They rotate. Where each one of these numbers took places. That's the farthest they can go, is changing places. The doubles can only do 3 ways of changing, like that. Okay. See here? Each one of these numbers can come 6 different ways. But they're so organized. That's why I say OPPB, be organized, be patient, be persistent with your budget. They're organized where you can find each one of them in an organized manner in 12 columns. That's what makes it powerful. You ain't got to guess what's going on with the numbers. You know what's going on with the numbers. Now here, one thing you need to know is about the mirror system, where I call it opposite, because a lot of people now on these YouTube channels, they'll call mirrors opposites and opposite mirrors and flips, and they interchange them when they're totally different. That's why I simplified the system to say just that they're opposite numbers. And I'm going to show you what I mean by when I say opposite numbers in a rundown, in most cases. The 111 rundown is the only one that'll give it to you like that. Okay? Now, I'm going to show you. The 0 makes it 1, 2, 3, and 4. What you're going to do to the 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, you're going to add +5 to any single number. So you add +5 to 0, you get 5. +5 to 1, you get 6. +5 to 2, you get 7. +5 to 3, you get 8. And +5 to 4, you're going to get 9. Okay? Now, this is saying that you took the 1,000 numbers and divide them in half. You got the top numbers, which is triple zeros to 499, and the bottom number is 500 to 999. That's your top and bottom numbers. Reason being, 5 is opposite 0, 0 opposite 5, 1 opposite 6, 6 opposite 1, 2 opposite 7, 7 opposite 2, 3 opposite 8, 8 opposite 3, 4 opposite 9, 9 opposite 4. So let's say you played 0, 1, 2, and the lottery played the bottom, 5, 6, 7. They just played the direct opposite number of what you were playing. Oh, thank you, Francis. I greatly appreciate that. Glad to have you with us, sir. And I hope it helps you get into that winner circle. I'm sure it will, but take your time. These numbers ain't going nowhere. Learn what I'm showing you, and it's going to be nice. Okay. Thank you. Appreciate that compliment. Okay. Now, here, if the lottery played the 2, 3, 4, well, if you played the 2, 3, 4 here, and the lottery played 7, 8, 9, they just played the bottom number again for you. Because again, 2 is opposite 7, 7 opposite 2, 3 opposite 8, 8 opposite 3, 4 opposite 9, 9 opposite 4. Same, very simple. I keep everything is simple and powerful. Once you grasp this, it's going to be so easy. Also, say again, let's go with a double. Let's say 115 came, you played 115, and the lottery played 660. Here it is, 1 opposite 6, 6 opposite 1. Okay, and 0 opposite 5, 5 opposite 0. See there? 1, 1, 5, and 6, 6, 0. They're exact opposite of each other. The power of this 1, 1, 1 rundown is the only one that does this. Why? I was just blessed to come up with this. Because when I started, they was minusing the 1 tracking. And they'd had all these numbers that here would be in reverse. So they really didn't make any sense to me that way. And it was a lot of work because I had to, when the winning number came in, I had to minus the 1 from the 7, that gave me 6, then 1 from the 6 gave me 5. Like I say, I wasn't good in math. I keep everything simple. So I said, well, if I did the 1, 1 rundown just kind of straight down, what would happen? And I realized it gave me this exactly what I have here now, but it was not in a reverse manner for me to have to get it. And everything here. So now what happened, let me show you. Remember I was telling you about how all these, I'm gonna do one more on you, the triple zeros. Let's say they play you play triple zeros, and the lottery played 5, 5, 5. See how numbers are exact opposite of each other. No confusion, no messed up number, no nothing try to figure out, no flipping no number. Anytime you got to flip a number, anything that, they made up numbers. You might as well just make up some numbers and play. Hey, Scott, glad to have you with us. Now, this is here. See how all these numbers doing exactly what I told you this, about the opposite, the exact opposite of each other is down here. The 7, 4, 3, the opposite of it is, guess what? 2, 9, 3. At a glance, you're looking at the number and its opposite. You're looking at the number and its opposite. The 8, 5, 4, the opposite is 309. You're looking at the number and its opposite. The 9, 6, 5, you're looking at the 4, 1, 0. The number and its opposite. The 076, you're looking at the number and its opposite. The 521, the number and its opposite. Then the 187, the number and its opposite is the 632. Right there, and you're done. It's divided directly in half. See that you got your top, you have your bottom. No guesswork. You know the numbers and the opposites. Working with the law average, like I said, you want to be able to see what numbers, and if you've been around a while, people tell you, well, when you play, if they'll tell you, say you playing this 7-4-3. Well, make sure you play the opposite number. You're burning up money for that. If you're playing the 7-4-3, and they say, okay, make sure you play, and if you've been around, play the 2-9-8. But if you don't know anything about either one of the numbers, why would you be playing them anyway? Or why would we be playing it? Hey, Rose, why would we be playing it anyway? Why? I only play, like this is July. I have tracked down here. On this sheet, simple sheet, at a glance. I ain't got to guess. I don't have to do a tic-tac-toe. I don't have to do a date sum. I don't have to do a grid. I don't have to do a flip. I don't have to do a mirror. I don't have to do a tic-tac-toe. I don't have to do a date sum. I don't have to do none of that. Because this sheet tells me everything I need to know. Okay? I don't have to do none of that. Now, I'm just saying, this for me, y'all. if toes getting stumped on, I'm just trying to put it out there on my end. I can't teach everybody else's stuff that they teaching. And I ain't gonna even try. I ain't gonna try it. And I gotta feel good when I go to bed and lay my head down at night. I gotta make sure I gave everybody that's on this channel the right information for me. I gotta sleep good. I love sleep so much. I don't want nothing interrupting my sleep. Other than my wife, or when she was alive. But other than that, nothing else interrupted my sleep. But here, y'all, all these got their numbers and their opposite at a glance. So I'm not gonna just play the number and its opposite when I know one and the other didn't already fail, because the law average likelihood of them not coming is great. What I do now, I go through the columns and I look for what numbers and their opposites haven't failed, like I did here. Like I said, I was going to explain to you guys. For the year now, I already got my eye on. So when I do play now, if I'm playing any of these numbers halfway through the year, I'm definitely going to play them both right here. Yeah. Because these my numbers for the rest is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. If I pick these numbers up, add them back to my bucket list, I'm playing both of them now, because middle of the year, likelihood one of the others are coming. One of the others are coming. The same way on the doubles. I know that they ain't came. I'm not guessing what's going on why I would play the opposite. But I don't just play opposites to play opposites. Or mirrors. They'll say, play the mirror with it all the time. You'll burn up all your money, because any of these numbers could take 15 years and never show up. No. I let the numbers dictate to me what to play. I let these numbers dictate, because I'm tracking them. I'm watching them. I let the numbers dictate to me what to play. And when I have to back off, I back off, because I know why I'm backing off. I try to keep it $3 to $5 pretty much what I play. And when I win, I invest heavily back on the numbers that I ain't guessing what they are. I know what they are. See here? And that's what we all could do to get in the winner. See? These are the numbers here. All the numbers and their opposites. If they're played or not played. Let's see. Which one is it? Well, like all the columns, the ones I just showed you. I'll find one here. Okay, see right here, why I said this 129 and this 674 hadn't played. And see at a glance on the column 7, I can tell that the 129 and 674 ain't played. And then I can look to see at this 341, see if it's opposite ain't played. See 341 and this opposite ain't played. And this 563, which would be 018. And this opposite ain't played. Now, column 7, Illinois, I'm going to have to tell y'all, I'd be looking at these numbers and probably this column. And I would definitely be looking at these here. Like I said, this 018 and this opposite, the 563, because it's got 6 of them like that ain't played. If I was going to play, that's what I would do if I could add it to my bucket list. Once you build your bucket list, now you don't want to jump on and off your numbers. But as soon as I win, I know where I'm going to get numbers from. I'm not guessing where I'm going to get them from. And column 7 with 3 of them that got 6 of them that the number in the opposite ain't played, going to definitely be on my bucket list. Going to definitely be on that list. Okay? But everybody knows 500 and 550 is on my list pretty heavy. And check my other videos. I explain why I'm playing those numbers. 500 and 550. I won on both of them, the 055 and the 500 just recently. I got it posted where I won them. So I just won the 053 this month. So it works if you work at in your state. Okay. And I win on average 4 times out of a month, 4 to 5 times out of a month. That's once a week. And that's about what anybody telling you other than that, they need to show you that they winning. If they tell you they winning more, they winning every day or every other day, or 10 times a month, you need. It's easy for them to show you what they're doing if they telling you that stuff. But I know better. I know what it takes to win. I didn't pay you cause to be the boss. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they ain't gonna get that one by me talking about they win no every other day. Not me. But anyway, here. But this 7 here, Illinois, screenshot that. And if you got something you want me to look at, I can do the same for you. Anybody that's got the sheet set up here. So, now, we just found the 743. I'm going to go to strategy number 2. Okay? This here is a powerful. This triangle I just really like it because it's so simple also. What I did and how I came up with it, it took me, after I came up with it, it took me about 2 days to figure out how to use it. Because I wanted to track pairs, but I wanted a simplified method to track the pairs to know what was going on with them. They had they were making up pairs to play. People were actually making up pairs to play. But I wanted to know what was going on with the actual pairs. So this triangle here represents 2,710 pairs out of those 1,000 numbers. You believe that? I didn't believe it neither. But I wanted to say, hey, how many pairs is in 1,000 numbers? So what can I do to come out with a system that I could track the pairs every day and know what was going on with them, and know what pairs would be played working with the law average and what pairs hadn't been played. So I came up with this. It had me stuck with the triples because I was trying to figure, okay, how am I do the triple pairs? Then some say, it's just the double numbers. So like here, you have the 743 that came out. You got 3 separate numbers. So you're going to have three, with different numbers, you got three different pairs to mark off. Okay? You're going to have the 34, the mark off right, is already came for the month. Just this is July. You have 37 that came for the month. And the 47 that came for a month. At a glance, I know what's going on with the numbers when they come out. Here is the numbers from last month, which was June. And what I did here, I underlined any of the numbers that hadn't failed for June and put them down here. So I would know at a glance what numbers hadn't failed yet. Working with the law average, these numbers on average will catch up with themselves and play. So I got an idea what pairs I might want to implement into my strategy to winning on my numbers. Like, see all these doubles that hit last month? At a glance, I can see what happened. I can see everything that happened last month at a glance. What came and what didn't. And here, all I did was consolidate it down here, brought it down here. And we're in 15, the 14th of this month. Not many pairs. See, at a glance, I can see, wow, ain't many pairs hit. But I know this double four pair is going on about 60 days or so. Now I got my eye on that double four if I want to implement it to plan what I would do with it. Okay? And here the 45 hadn't hit. And so what you would do, you can screenshot this Illinois. Let's say your little work Illinois, but you can screenshot this if you like. You will, yeah. You can screenshot this. These pairs, I love these pairs. It's something about them that I don't think is mythical, but they're right there, and you can track them at a glance, and you'll see that you'll see that these numbers are random and what they're doing and how they're doing, and you can make sense out of it. Right here, see here, look here. I know at a glance. 08 didn't fall last month. I know at a glance. Well, see how they catch the ones that I underline how they catching up with themselves now. See the 20. I know 24 ain't fail. And 37 caught up with itself that was underlined. The 45 ain't failed yet for the month. Well, you know the 55, the 44, the 55. The 7-7, these doubles here ain't failed yet. Now, so if you were playing, if the way that the double pair, if say 1-1-2 came in, it's only two different numbers. You can mark off the 11 and the 12. Any double. And if a triple come in, like triple zeros, triple ones, triple twos, triple threes, triple fours, you just mark off whatever their doubles are. And that's how you can cover all 2,710 pairs. Now the beauty of this too here, if you're tracking the pairs, you want to do the same. You can look at what pair and its opposite didn't play. Like right here, if everybody was listening to me, I just did a live telling y'all that this 06 and this 15 were opposite pairs of each other and they was due. And they just came in, they just dropped. That 206 just fell. And I think it was the 751 that just fell. See what I'm saying? You're not guessing what the numbers are doing. You know what the numbers are doing. So when you're losing, you know how you're losing. And when you win, and you know how you won. Because if you ain't tracking the numbers, even when you win, where you go to get more numbers to play but to a book or go so everywhere else looking for numbers when they're all right here in front of you to let you know what's going on when you win or when you lose. See, all these like 0-0, the opposite is 5-5. The 1-1 opposite pair is 6-6. The 2-2 opposite is 7-7. 3-3 the opposite is 8-8. 4-4 the opposite is 9-9. What I had happen last year, the 4-4 and the 9-9 hadn't failed. The 4-4 and the 9-9 hadn't failed for about 60 days, almost 90 days. I knew that this 044 hadn't failed, and I knew the 9-9 hadn't failed. So I played 999s and 444s. When it's due like that for like 90 days, none of these two pairs don't fall. I know they opposite. One or the other got to play unless they're cheating, working with the law average. Because time is on your side, so you don't have to rush this stuff. You want these numbers to take a while that you can track them and see how long it takes for them to come out. So I played 044, it came in, the next day then 999s came in and I got them. 044 and 999s fell right behind it. Because you'll have an idea about how long these numbers will start taking as you start tracking them. But you ain't tracking them, you don't have an idea of nothing what's going on if we ain't tracking them. You don't have an idea of nothing that's going on, to be truthful. Okay? You have to track these numbers in your state. If you want to take time to do it, but like I say, put an end to all of it rather than trying to do tic-tac-toes and all that stuff. Just go get your 10 quick pick tickets. That's about as good as what you're going to get. You probably win on a quick pick about once or twice a year, maybe 3 times out of the whole year. You say what they say, a broke clock be right twice. What is it? 2 times out of the day or something like that. So anybody luck will work if that's what you're working with. But I like knowing what I'm doing with these numbers. I like them. Like I say, if you ain't playing this for fun, this is fun to me. If you ain't playing for fun, don't really play. Don't play out of need to greed, but this is fun. I like seeing what these numbers are doing and how I hit and how I lose when I play. I love it. I love it. Yeah. So that's how strategy number 2 works. So this sheet here is for, then I'll do a August sheet the same way. I'll transfer the numbers that didn't hit from July to August, and at a glance, I know what's going on with all the numbers again to play. And this is a simple but powerful strategy also. Very simple but powerful strategy. This is very powerful, I'm telling y'all. It's simple. It's really simple, but it's powerful, I'm telling you. What I did, when they saying the numbers that come in were code, they wouldn't say how to play it, what to do with it, or none of that stuff. Well, this number is code. Just play it with the numbers you're playing with. I've been through all this now. Just play a number with what you're playing with. Just play with what you're playing with. So I say, well, that ain't doing no good. I need to know how to play that number when I'm playing my numbers. So I made strategy number 3 with 3 columns from 0 to 9. And I'll show you how I came up with it and what I did. 0 to 9. Simple, but I won really good off of that. That simple strategy alone. I won 777s off of it. And I didn't burn a lot of money doing it. Here, there's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now, that 7, 4, 3 that came in, I mark it off on the front. I know it came in the middle. The 4 in the middle, I mark that off. And the 3 on the end. And any winning number that comes in, I use this for the whole month to mark off what position those numbers come in. So whatever number, to what position is in, I know how I would play that number if I'm playing a number. Let me explain. Let's say the 743. Let's say that's my 743 is my daily number that I'm playing, and daily number that I'm carrying. If it hadn't came in yet, And for last month, let's say I realized that I didn't mark off the 4 on the front end for the whole month. Now I'm definitely going to play this 7-4-3 as 4-7-3 and 4-3-7. You see how to do that? Because the likelihood working with the law average, these numbers going to change places, and that 4 going to come off on that front end. I'll play this. I normally play this straight box, and I play these 50 straight. That's a $2 bet. Play both of these 50 straight. See what I'm saying? Thank you. Okay. And you can use that on anything. Say that, okay, the 7, well, what if I realized that the 3 didn't fall, it didn't fall in the middle all month, and I'm playing this? I definitely would play it as 7-3-4 and 4-3-7. See, that way you know exactly what position to put the numbers in if they don't come. What happened with me, doing this for one, 777's tracking using this simple strat didn't fall with no number for 2 months. And thank you, Rose. Thank you. Didn't fall with no number for 2 months. So I played 777s. I played 7-7 front pair, 7-7 back pair, and everywhere I could play a 7. And I wheeled those 7s down. If you don't know what I mean by wheeling, I did 7-7-0, 7-7-1, 7-7-2, 7-7-3, all the way down to 7-7-9. You know, all the way down. And they hit. Because I know 7s had to fall. They fell for 60 days with no number. And that's the kind of stuff I'm saying you have to be aware of when you playing PICK-3. And that's just PICK-3. So you know what you have to be doing with PICK-4? All right, thank you. You're so welcome. So you know what you would have to do with PICK? I don't even do PICK-4s and PICK-5s. I don't do scratches. Because if I'm gonna play my money, I'm gonna play on something I got an idea what's going on with it. Okay, and why I would be playing my numbers. And this here you can study. You can study and see the numbers. And the numbers are random, but they pretty much have to work with the law average. They are random, but they have to work with the law average. And if you can't play, let's see, then strategy number 4 is front pairs and the back pairs. See it? Front pairs and back pairs. Another simple but powerful strategy if you're playing this game. I'm telling you, if you're playing this game and playing it to win it, you're going to have to do the work. You have to pay the cost to be the boss. That's all I'm going to say. You got to pay the cost to be the boss now. That's all I'm going to tell you. You got to pay the cost to be the boss. Okay? These numbers, top and bottom, are the same. You can screenshot it, and then I got 2,000 videos. Like I said, everything's there. You can just write it down and go for what you know there. This is for the whole year. I went through Illinois and tracked all the front pair and back pair up to present. Now I know what front pair and back pair is left. So you're going to do the 74 on the front. I can see here it already came. For the year, I'll mark it off. I just do that, the X. You really just need to know that it came. I sometimes just put the little check by to see how many times the numbers are hitting and how they're hitting. And the 4-3 on the back to see if it hit. See the 4-3 on the back. Now at a glance, I know everything that's going on with those 1,000 numbers front and back. Because all this make up the 1,000 numbers. Front and back. Pairs. Now, see here? And you'll see things, like I say. I've never seen all the doubles front and back been played in less than 6 months. Nowhere. I haven't seen that. But it's weird that for all the way up for 6 months, the only double that ain't played on the front is the 55, and on the back is the double 4. See here? This is how you build a strategy and a skill set. This is Illinois. You know? That's the only double that ain't played on front and back. How I gauge this is usually when I'm trying to play triples. I don't play triples all year until November, December, and possibly January, if no triple that failed for the whole year up to that time. Because you're only on average going to get 3 triples out of the year. So I narrow it all the way down to the law averages in my favor for those 3 to pop out, whatever they may be. But by that time, I know what triples I'm going to play. If I know that 00 didn't fall on the front and 00 didn't fall on the back for the whole year, and no triple didn't fail, I'm definitely putting 000s in my play in November and December. Or the double ones ain't fail on the front or the back for the whole year, I'm definitely gonna put that in my play. We had that to happen last year with the 8/8s. 8/8 front did not fall at all last year. And 8/8 back only fell once in January. For the whole year, y'all. This is the kind of stuff you need to know when you're playing. You can't be guessing that if you're playing PICK-3. The whole year. For the whole year. 8/8 did not fall on the front or the back. And that can happen. Anything can happen when the numbers are random. But at the end of the year, I was saying everybody do the 888s, but they haven't came yet. But I hit the 8/8 fronts and the 8/8 backs. When they started playing, I won with those because I knew for the whole year, 8/8 front and 8/8 back, something had to start falling. But I also knew too that 4 triples had failed for the whole year, so the law average was pretty much done with. But it was a good chance that 8 could fall since it hadn't played on the front or the back, but it didn't. But I was ready for it. That was part of the expectation of it not coming. So I didn't play as heavy as I would have if no triples hadn't came at all. Yeah, no triples hadn't came at all. And I look for how long a double ain't fail for the whole. See, when I played in Missouri and won the 888s, no 8 had failed for the whole year, front or back, up to November and December. No 8 had failed at all. Also, no double 8 had failed for 3 months. See here? Remember I was telling you with strategy number 2, I can track all the doubles at a glance. No double 8 had failed for 3 months. No triple had failed. Hey, Husna, how you doing, buddy? I mean, ma'am, how you doing? I don't know what, buddy. Well, thank you. Yeah, I did. I have a safe return. Still got work to do, but you know, one day at a time. That's how I take it. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. But see this at a glance with these doubles, you can look at how you play your triples. If you know this AA hadn't played for 3 months, so I knew triple eights was hot and heavy, and no triple FL also. Oh yeah, and they came. So this is the kind of strategy and skill sets I'm talking about that you can have. Here we have two. Same thing here. I went through and tracked all the front pairs and back pairs that hadn't failed. Remember I was telling everybody, see that 206 that failed? Remember if you was following me, I told everybody in Illinois, I said this here, these three would be my main ones to play. I played this here because there's three of them that hadn't failed. And it's 34, 36, 37, and 38 front pair. And they just played the 206. So I marked it off. The 206 came. So that 20 front pair was a winner. And now here's and this 02. These are front. And it's not that many. Illinois does good at taking down the numbers. I'm telling you. It's usually a whole lot more numbers than this by the middle of the year that's left. And you can see that when you're playing. They really do good at taking their numbers off the board. They really do. Now, this 06 and this 60, I would look at it because that's a front pair that ain't failed at all. Just like the, which one was it? Like this 3-4 and this 4-3. See that? Pair. But as you start looking at your own state's numbers, it'll come to you. Yeah. See, you had three of these had hit, hadn't played, and one of them hit. Like that's 6-4 and this 4-6. See that? You want to look at numbers that ain't played. You want to mate them up too. As I get into the year, let's say if I get into the year and I realize that this 2-4 ain't hit on the front and this 4-4 ain't hit on the back, I definitely be playing this 2-4-4. Or this 3-4 ain't hit on the front and this 4-4 ain't hit on the back, I definitely be playing it like that. And you know, this 17 is my main number because it didn't fall none last year. It hasn't failed none. So this 17 front is my main number. So I would look at playing this 17 and this 175 and this 176 because the two backs ain't. That's what I mean by matching up the numbers. As you go into the year, you're not guessing what numbers are left or how to put numbers together to play. You know what you're looking at. See, you can know what you're working with. See, I wrote it down, and you can make notes on your paper. That's why I like doing everything on paper. I make notes on my paper and stuff and write notes to myself. Yeah. Front back for Illinois. And then here on the back, this 01, 02, 08, like that. That's what I would be adding to my bucket list as I go. Let's see what else we got here. What else we have here? Again, these are the numbers. There's not many numbers in the opposites left off that column. Remember I said these here, 3. Yeah, these 3, like these here, all off of column 7 that ain't hit for the whole year. So I would add these to my bucket list if I was playing. When I win, I don't add a lot of them. You can track them all, but you can't play them all. But these are good to go to me off of column 7. If I did do nothing but dollar box them or 50 box these here, and then if one of them come in box or straight box, however you want to play it, straight box, I'd load up on just these 6. Or I just make these 6 my everyday play. if I didn't have no numbers to choose from, and I can play $3 a day for 50-cent box. Yeah, pairs and the mirrors. Yeah, yeah, especially this here. Yeah. Okay, I think I almost covered it. Welcome everybody that was hanging in here with me. Yeah, these pairs, these triangles, you can at a glance, you know what your pairs. You're not guessing pairs and making up pairs to try to make pairs out of numbers. You don't know why. These are actual pairs. Actual pairs. These are actual numbers and they're opposites with the 111 rundown. Okay, and these are actual doubles with the 111 rundown. Now, one other thing I want to explain to you all, though. Now, what you want to do, I have an annual sheet like this, but I also do a monthly sheet. Like I have a separate sheet for July, a separate sheet for August, separate sheet for September, October, November, and December, individual sheets. So as I'm tracking this here, I know what columns have hit and what columns have not hit if I'm tracking individual months. So if I'm tracking individual months and I realize that column 7 ain't hit in 3 months, then there's where I'm getting my next 10 numbers to play. And I'm definitely looking at column 7. It's my next 10 numbers to play. I'll play these. What I'll do is play these 50 box, and the mirrors, I would probably the opposite, not mirrors, the opposite numbers. I'd play straight box that haven't failed yet, or a dollar box even. So that way, pretty much, I probably would stay on column 7. Just a suggestion now. Something to think about why I would do that. Because it's got 3 numbers that are opposite each other that have not showed up off this column at all. And you can go to the lottery post. Go to the lottery post and you can get 8 data. You can get a 1 year data free for all the numbers. The lottery post. And that's pretty much all you're going to need. Go back, if you need to go back a year, like if you want to mark off more numbers off the sheet, if you're doing the summary, the farther you go back, the less numbers you have. Now, be sure to separate midday from evening. Don't mark off all the numbers midday and evening on the sheet, and you're going to mark everything off and ain't going to have nothing left. You separate midday from evening and evening from midday. And if you got 4 draws in Texas that you're going to try to follow, that's up to who's ever in Texas. You're going to need 4 different sheets or 4 different workouts. Yes, I have. Just won the 053 Illinois evening draw. You'll see it on my channel. Jacob, yes, I do win. Just go to my channel. I got shorts. I post where Illinois sends me an email. Correct, exactly, Hushton. Because you are frequent to my channel. I think that's what that's about. It's because you visit my channel on a regular basis. So that makes me know that you're a #1 subscriber, pretty much. A way of appreciating your participation. As far as I know. Yeah. You have any other questions, Jacob? Like I said, Illinois sends me an email every time I win. I post some of the emails to let you know. Like I said, I won the 053. I know why I was playing it. The 0 hadn't hit in about 60 or 70 days. So, and I was playing the 05 that hadn't played in 60 days. So I ran the 053 along with the O on the front. See, I know why I play all my numbers. I don't play them. I don't even play my birthday if I don't see in my rundown why I should be playing it or in my studies. All right, family. Appreciate the participation. I got to get up here and get some things done before they get away from me. Any other questions anybody got that I can help them with? Let me know or leave it in the comments. I upload all the lives pretty much if they let me. Don't something go wrong. Oh, okay, good. Actually, yeah, yeah. Was it 9/26? Is that your birthday? Oh yeah, it's been raining. Not really. It's heavy, but not really bad. Off and on. All right, family. Like I say, play them till they come. Make that money, y'all. Peace and love. God bless. And if you're tracking, you'll soon be packing to Lucky Town.